Hey guys, welcome back to Mouseroom Gaming Studios. I'm Craig, and today I have a little bit of a confession. This past weekend was Renegade Open, the big GT we do every November here in Minnesota. And typically, for the past 5 years or so, I have been playing Tyranids and doing relatively well at all of them. I got best overall last year with them, but I needed a break. I needed something different. So instead of having a report of how Tyranids did at Renegade Open, mine and others, today I have a quick video about how I did with my other army, and it went better than I expected. So before we dive in, it'll be a quick video, nothing too crazy, but I just want to talk about it and share it a little bit. I just thank you guys. We're getting to the holiday season here soon. Thanksgiving is right around the corner for us here in the US, and Christmas and everything is coming up in December. So we're going to have a pretty chill remaining 30 plus days of the year. We might still do some battle reports and live streams next month, just have some fun, nothing too competitive, but stay tuned to that, like and subscribe, stay up to all of our content. Thank you awesome members for supporting us, allowing us to do what we do. Join in the Discord down below, and with that, let's dive into today's video. Before I reveal what I did with this army that wasn't Tyranids, two things. One, if you still want to see how the Tyranids did at Renegade Open specifically, I can maybe do a video later this week for you guys just to see. I think there were almost double-digit Tyranid players at this event. It was a 100-player event, so ton of people there. There were, I think, 2 4-1s, a handful of 3-2s, and then maybe a few on the other end there. I'm pretty sure almost all of them were Invasion Fleet out of 1 Vanguard Onslaught, and I think there was 1 Warrior Bioform Onslaught as well, if I'm not mistaken. But if you want to see a little breakdown of what those guys did, let me know in the comments down below, and I could probably do that quickly here for you guys if you are interested. Otherwise, sometime next month we'll have our typical best list of the month video as well. And if you're watching this as the day this video is released, we are live streaming soon. We're live streaming in a few hours. It'll be just a fun battle report. Connor and Matt are going to be duking it out as I am taking a little bit of a break after playing 5 rounds of a GT. But I will be behind the camera chatting with you guys on live stream. If you just want to come hang out, feel free to do that. I'll put the link right here so you can get a little, let's see, which hand? This hand. Put a little link right here so you guys can click the notify button and stay up to date and hop in with that video. So now, drum roll, I played Orks. I brought my Lizard Orks to Renegade Open. The intention was just to have fun, get a couple wins, made a cool display board, tried some things out with the display board I've never done before. I did some resin pour, which actually wasn't that bad. I probably could have improved a little bit with what I had, but I didn't know I was going to be in Renegade until about a week and a half until it happened. I thought I booked my ticket the day they went live, and when I went to start submitting stuff, I realized, why am I not in Renegade? And turns out I completely forgot to get my ticket. I booked my PTO, I booked everything else, and forgot the ticket. So, but we got in on the wait list. They opened up a few extra spots as well, so I was able to sneak in there. And I brought my Lizard Orks just to have fun. And I'm not saying they're an overpowered army or anything, at least the list I was playing, because the list is not tuned to probably be the best it could be. There are matchups it certainly doesn't do well against, but I think it was just a series of decent matchups that I was able to go 4-1, and I finished 4th place out of 100 players, or the best of the 4-1. So there were 3 undefeateds, and I was the 4th place there. Best in faction Xenos. I finally got a best in. Well, no, I had one other best in faction Xenos, but I got a best in faction Xenos with my only tournaments greater than 2 events or 2 games with Orks. It was a lot of fun, and the big thing, I really just loved how the army came together. If you guys haven't seen my Lizard Orks, in the background right now, I'll be showing some videos for you guys of just what are my Lizard Orks. Essentially, it was an army idea I came up with almost 2 years ago, year and a half or so ago. where I love the Seraphon models to death. I don't really care for the Orc models. I mean, Orcs are cool, whatever, but I don't really care for them. So I thought, hey, Orcs and Lizardmen are kind of similar in a way, especially with how they play. The only difference is Orcs have a lot of random shooting and Seraphon don't. But you know what? I kind of did a idea where I call it with proxy with purpose. So every model was based and designed, scaled to be a proper stand-in for an orc model. So we've got Squighog boys are the raptors. We've got the Beast boys, or Beastnega boys are just the basic Saurus warriors. The Stegodons are my trucks. The big custom 3D print, I call it an Ankylodon, is my battle wagon or kill rig, depending on what I feel like for the day. I have a custom Gazgul that you see in the middle there. We got Weird Boy, Skinks are the Gretchen, and the Pterodons are the Storm Boys. When you think about it, it makes perfect sense. I just love the theme of the army. I got a lot of compliments, so thank you everyone who got compliments. I was told I was runner-up in best overall, but best overall went to one of the undefeated players, which makes perfect sense. But it was fun, and I was just happy to see the whole thing come together. It was a great event. Again, 4-1. My opponents, I'll just list them off quickly. Space Wolves. We then played into Tyranids, which was fun. He's a great Tyranid player. I believe he also finished 4-1, one of the two. I had a little bit of a matchup benefit there in the fact that I have played so many games as Tyranids. I know all the little shenanigans they're going to pull for the most part. And then he had 3 rupture cannons, which, while my vehicles will die pretty quick to rupture cannons, I generally don't care about the vehicles. Their job is to just survive, keep the guys inside for a turn or two, and then the dudes come out. And my army is littered with anti-monster vehicle 4-up and dev wounds on some of that as well. So it was that one was probably the closest game. That was definitely the closest game of the week, was game 2. Nailbiter came down to just a few little things went in my favor, but it was on both sides. He had a few things that went in his favor. I had a few things go my favor, and it snuck out with like a 5-point win at the end there. And then the next game was against World Eaters. World Eaters can be a rough matchup, or Orcs can be a rough matchup for World Eaters, especially the way my list was played. The Squighog Riders, or my Raptors, are actually really good into World Eaters if they can avoid the scary Forge Fiends. Those things can pick up the Raptors pretty quick, but I was able to just send it, avoid a lot of firepower from them, kill them, and just, they're very tanky for World Eaters to deal with for the most part. And then the rest of the army, you know, it's a melee match in the middle. The game 4 was the rough one. It was against Sisters, very good Sisters player. And it was just, the scenario was in his favor. I had the top of turn, which was in his favor. And his secondaries were perfect. The layout was perfect. It was a perfect storm where as soon as I lost the roll-off, I knew I couldn't win the game. Things had to go perfectly for me, or he had to have some bad rolls. And he didn't have any bad rolls that affected the game at all. Not taking anything away from him, but it's just, he was that good of a player that I needed something. I needed some luck to go in my favor to pull it off. So I just played a very scrappy, let's score as many points as possible and hope for the best. And that's the way that one was. So that was my loss there. And then game 5, I went back into World Eaters, which went very similar to how the first game against World Eaters went. So again, my list was not overpowered. I just got a lucky handful of matchups where I played against melee armies for the most part, and my melee was just out meleeed their melee for the most part, which, you know, Orcs kind of do that at times with the WA. But yeah, I had a fun time. You're still seeing pictures of them. If you want to see these Lizard Orcs in action, I believe there is one game that is free on the channel. So if you search on the channel for Battle Reports, there should be 2 Tyranid versus Orcs game. There's one from earlier in the year, which is not this exact list or anything, but you can see the models, most of the models there. That one was me using Orks against Miles and his Tyranids. And then if you are a member, the most recent members only battle report, Connor brought out Tyranids for once in a while I could get one extra practice game in with the Lizard Orcs. It's almost the same list, but I tweaked a few things after playing that game, and that was a very fun game, and it was a close game, so you can kind of see my play style and what I did with the army more so. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to put a little PSA out there. Loved Renegade. If any of you judges are watching this, Renegade was fantastic this year. Massive event. I think it was probably the best Renegade of the year, but or best Renegade in a while. So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you to everyone who keeps supporting this. Again, check out the live stream tonight. We can hang out, chat. Matt and Connor are going to be playing a fun thematic demons Death Guard with demons versus Grey Knights, and we're just going to have a blast tonight. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time here at Maelstrom Gaming Studios.